So good morning, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. I would like to welcome all of you to 341 meeting of Speakers Dan Toastmasters Club. My name is Toastmaster Lalita and I'll be the sergeant at arms in today's meeting. To officially start the meeting, I want to remind that this meeting would be recorded and some parts of the material may also be used for promotional material later. In order to have a smooth meeting, here are some ground rules that will follow during the course of the meeting. First, please put yourself on mute when you're not speaking. Second, don't interrupt when someone is speaking. If you're to move during the meeting, please turn off your cameras. Third, please be mindful from addressing sex, religion, and politics during the course of the meeting. Fourth, be attentive throughout the meeting. Support and encourage the fellow speakers by turning on your camera and warm smiles and claps. Use Zoom reaction buttons to express yourself during the meeting. As you are aware, everyone has a mission in life. Similarly, our Toastmaster has a mission. Our Toastmaster mission is to provide mutually supportive environment so that each member of our club can develop their leadership and communication skills, which will help to boost their self-confidence and personal growth. And today's theme is happiness. So what is happiness? So happiness is an emotional state characterized by feelings of joy, satisfaction, contentment, and fulfillment. While happiness has many different definitions, it is often described as involving positive emotions and life satisfaction. Now, let me welcome presiding officer of the day, Toastmaster Tanmay. Tanmay is a senior analyst with Flipkart in weekdays and an explorer on weekends, either exploring the city or the new recommendations on OTT. He's been a president since 2019 and has served in PR for club area and division. Currently, he is the VP Education of Speakers Dan Toastmaster Club. Over to you, Toastmaster Tanmay.
Thank you, Toastmaster Lalita. Can I request everyone to give a big round of applause to Lalita? Toastmaster is all about recognition, and we are here to recognize everyone. And this recognition brings one thing on our faces and bring one thing to our soul. Can you tell me what is it? It's a fill in the blanks question.
Sorry, what is it?
Recognition brings dash to the faces and dash to the soul.
Happiness.
Happiness.
There's the second dash. What's the first one?
Confidence.
Confidence on the faces? Yes, in a way.
Smile.
Yes, that's the right answer. Smile. Because when you are recognized, and most of you have been in this situation in your school, college, or organizations, where you are in an all hands meeting, and suddenly there is someone, they start announcing awards, and then it's like the employee of the month or star of the month award goes to, and there is your name. What's your first reaction?
Excitement, smile, and
excitement, smile, and the dreadful fear of saying two words in front of the crowd. Isn't that right?
Yes, yes.
Even when you know that you are going to win, because rest everyone was slacking off and you are the one who constantly delivered, you are scared of standing up in that moment and speaking up. Isn't that right? And that's why we are here at the Speakers Dan Toastmaster Club, meeting number 341, to work on this fear of public speaking and taking up leadership. Very good morning to one and all. You can unmute yourself for the next 5 minutes. We're going to have an interactive session, so feel free to unmute yourself. A very good morning.
Good morning, Tanmay.
Good morning.
Good morning,
Tanmay.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Morning. While the good mornings are pouring in, it feels really good because the morning in Bangalore is definitely good. I'm not sure what Sankhya is thinking about the pollution outside his window, but this has been such a fantastic weather. I thought I will just go for a run, drive to the park and all in a t-shirt. And I was wrong. I should have kept a sweatshirt with me. So yeah, it's a very good morning here. And we are here to make it better with this Speakers Dan Toastmaster number 341. Now, we have often heard about people quoting things on happiness. We have heard people quoting things on how to bring happiness in your life. And we have also learned one thing, that when you are happy, everything else falls into a place. when you're unhappy, everything seems to be you seem to be in a chaotic environment. Nothing is falling, everything is falling apart. You can't get a hold of everything. And today we are going to talk more about this happiness. So before I start, I want to pose a question to everyone in this meeting today. The guests, the members, the role takers, everyone. To recount one incident which made you really happy in your own life, from your own personal experiences. So who would like to go first? Obelisu Sake? You are.
Yeah, yes, Tanmay. Okay, one thing comes to my is once I cleared my chartered accountancy final exams, I can say that that is the happiest moment in my life. Yeah, because I struggled to clear that exams. Almost I took 5 years to complete to get that qualification. Yeah, I can say that that is the most happiest moments. Yeah, because the efforts what we made, it become fruitful. Yeah, that I can say. Yeah.
So we understand that happiness is something which is the result of your hard work. When your hard work brings fruits. A big round of applause for Sake. It's all right if I call you Sake, right?
Yeah, it is fine. Okay.
Thank
Sake
you.
is my surname.
Okay, okay. Well, you can call me Srivastav. I won't mind.
Yeah, sure.
But it's longer than my name, so yeah. Now, may I request the next person, Purva? Would you like to take up the next?
Yeah, sure. Uh, okay, so I can think of two things. Okay, first related to my professional life. So I have worked for 8 years in a real estate industry, and then I switched my job to a SaaS company, which was pretty new, and I didn't even know what exactly is SaaS when I joined that particular company. But after putting 6 months of hard work, I got recognized by our company plus by our investors as well. I went to Mumbai, they awarded me, and all the thing happened, right? So professionally, yeah, professionally, that was the happiest moment I could say. But if I talk about my personal life, then I got a chance to go to Vipassana, where you do 10 days meditation course. So when I came out from there, so I was very happy. So that was also pretty good. So yeah, these are the two things I can tell. Or otherwise, like if I spend time with my family members, my friends, that also brings a lot of happiness to me. Or whenever I do things for my family, my friends, that also brings happiness to me. So yeah, there are a lot of ways to do that. Yeah.
Well, that's wonderful to hear that you have been the star of the star of your organization in the first 6 months
Yeah.
of joining in a new
Yeah.
job. That is impressive. And
Yeah.
also, the person I've heard so much about it, but I've never had the courage to do that, to stay 10 days away from my phone. But I have to try that. So
Yeah,
thank
but there you can also do 1 or 3 days course to start with, because I've applied again. Because when you go there and come out from there, no, you will actually have peace in your mind and smile on your face, and you will feel actually happy, and you will be glowing at that point of time. So yeah, that's pretty good. I suggest everyone to go and do it once in their lifetimes, actually.
definitely point taken. And everybody, I hope you will take a note of that.
Yeah.
Uh, Aitya, you want to rejoin, right? You can. You have the time. You can rejoin if you are facing internet issues.
Now, can you see me? Like, okay.
Yes, yes, we can see you.
Yes, good. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Now, let us move forward with setting up the meeting. And in this meeting number 341, we have our TMOD Sonal who will talk more about the today's theme, which is happiness. But before that, let me welcome all of you as the presiding officer of today's meeting. And to set the wheels in motion, I would like to request all of our guests. We have Obleso Sake, we have Purva, we have Sucheta, to please take a moment, 30 seconds, to come on camera if possible and introduce yourself to the club in 30 seconds or less. I know some of you are recurring guests, but we would still like to know more about you. So, Mr. Sake, can we start with you?
Yes, Tanmay. Yeah. Myself, Ovale Susaki, finance professional, having 10 years experience coming to this professional way. I am from Andhra. Currently, I'm staying in Bangalore along with my family. Yeah, I am working for Mobilium, a US-based MNC, as a corporate treasurer. Thanks for the opportunity. Yeah.
Thank you, Saket. Thanks for coming back to the club and introducing yourself to all of us. Thank you very
Just
much.
okay, want to become member. I think. How to
Definitely,
do
we would like to fast track that. And Sankhya already has a smile on his face and happiness is in his soul.
it.
And you can connect with him after the meeting to understand more about membership.
Sure, thanks, Tanmay.
Next, may I please request Sucheta?
Hey, hi, Tanmay. Am I audible?
Hello. Yes, you are audible. Would it possible for you to come on camera?
No,
Your
not
kids are
really.
still troubling you? Or am I confusing you with someone else?
Yeah, you're confusing with me with somebody
My
else.
bad, my bad.
Okay, so I belong to TCS Maitri Bangalore Toastmasters Club, and I happened to see the theme and I got curious and thought of joining the meeting.
Thank you very much for joining from after seeing our poster. That goes a long way to show our VPR is working in the right direction. And I hope the happiness that you derived after seeing the poster, the same thing that you will get out of today's meeting as well. So thank you very much for coming to our club.
Thank you, Tanmay.
Next, may I please request Purva to introduce herself to the club?
Yeah, sure.
Finally, you
Hi,
are on
everyone.
camera.
Yeah, because you asked for it, no, so at least I can do this much for you. Yeah. So, yeah, hi everyone. This is Purva, and as I mentioned earlier, I used to work for a real estate company, but I have joined a startup now. Yeah, I'm basically from Rajasthan, and I got to know about this from my manager itself. Like he only told me to join this because I know that my communication skills are not up to the mark. But yeah, so I'm here to learn from you all. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much, Purva, and thanks to your manager who really encouraged you in the right direction.
Yeah.
And extend my thanks to him. Invite me to the
Absolutely,
club as well.
absolutely,
Yes.
absolutely.
Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
Now, as the meeting is officially open, let me do this with the bang of this gavel, pan acting as a gavel. Meeting number 341 is now in session. And I would like to request our Toastmaster Day, the president of Speakers and Toastmasters, a very esteemed name in Toastmaster fraternity, none other than Toastmaster Sonal to take the meeting forward. Toastmaster Sonal, over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Tanmay, for that very warm introduction. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and guests. As the Toastmaster of the day, I will talk about the theme that we have chosen for today, and that is happiness. Now, what is happiness? Happiness means different things to different people. I would like to elicit a few responses. What does happiness mean to you?
Satisfaction.
I will go. Yeah. So happiness for me means that I have that peace of mind at the end of the day. Happiness means that even if I have a hectic day at work, I can still sleep in peace. I do not worry about whether the pending work that is there is going to trouble me in my sleep, make me more insomniac. Happiness means that I can I can have the food that I want, and I can visit places that I want. Thank you, Sonal.
Thank you. Tanmay is traveling all the time, so I'm sure he's in a very happy space and wish you more. And Saket says satisfaction. Peace of mind, satisfaction. Any other answers?
One thing I can say is that happiness is more about what you enjoy in doing it. That you get your happiness, whatever you
Doing
what
what you
work you.
enjoy. Satisfaction, peace of mind, doing what you enjoy. Any other answers?
Having the freedom.
Freedom. Okay, freedom. Saptangshu, you were saying something?
No, I introduced a satisfaction, but that has already been done. So I
Yeah.
would like to say a sense of accomplishment. If you have vision something for you and you have reached that place, so I think you can you can say that you are happy. So in that
All
sense.
right. So we saw a bunch of answers, but the answer that I tried to find out, because happiness means different things to different people. This is a very abstract concept. Which cannot be defined. What brings you happiness may not bring me happiness. It could even bring me sadness. So therefore, happiness, it's safe to say that happiness is a state of being. We could either be in that state or be out of that state. So therefore, happiness is something that we can acquire. How do we acquire happiness? How can we make ourselves happy? We'll see as the meeting progresses. Now, to talk a little bit about the Toastmasters movement. The Toastmasters movement is a non-profit platform where the tagline of the Toastmasters movement is where leaders are made. More often than not, we think Toastmasters is all about communication, but Toastmasters has two tracks, communication and leadership. The first Toastmasters meeting was held in the year 1924. It was spearheaded by a gentleman called as Ralph C. Smetty. Ever since that's the first club starting in 1924, today we have more than 16,000 clubs in more than 148 countries and more than 3 lakh members. That is the scope, the scope the movement had right back in the year 1920. Now, a typical Toastmasters meeting comprises 3 segments. The first one is the prepared speech session, where people come prepared with speeches and deliver. The second is the table topic session, where members will be given a topic and asked to speak on the spot. And the third or the final segment is called as the general evaluation session, or something that I call as the backbone of a typical Toastmasters meeting, because the entire meeting is evaluated, what went well and what could go better. And today, as our general evaluator, we have like the senior most Toastmaster in our club. Again, a very esteemed name in the Toastmasters fraternity. He's been a leader, he's been a champion, and somebody who's everybody's go-to person. Ladies and gentlemen, with a huge round of applause, please help me welcome our general evaluator for today's meeting, Toastmasters Sankhya Dev.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sonal. And so as the general evaluator of today's meeting, I'm pretty much actually happy because it's all about happiness today. So with the theme of happiness, I'll be happily evaluating the entire meeting end to end, because that's what I will be doing as a general evaluator. And to help me with the evaluation, I have a team of 3 musketeers, and they are popularly known as the tag team. And I would have the first timer of the day as the Toastmaster Praneeth. So Toastmaster Praneeth, may I request you to be on the stage and explain your objective of the role.
Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and guests. As a timer, I'll time the tabletop speakers, formal speeches, icebreaker speech, and the evaluation. I will also alert each speaker of the time they have left using green, yellow, and red cards. So yeah, the table topic speaker should limit their remarks to no more than 2 minutes. At 1 minute, I'll raise the green card. 1 minute 30 seconds, yellow card, and at 2 minutes, I'll raise the red card. And icebreaker speech should be in 4 to 6 minutes in length. At 4 minutes, green card. At 5 minutes, I'll raise the yellow card, and at 6 minutes, I'll raise the red card. Other speeches should be in 5 to 7 minutes in length. 5 minutes, I'll raise the green card. 6 minutes, I'll raise the yellow card, and 7 minutes, I'll raise the red card. And individual evaluations on the end should be between 2 to 3 minutes. At 2 minutes, I'll raise the green card. 2 minutes 30 seconds, yellow card, and at 3 minutes, I'll raise the red card. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Praneeth. This is a round of applause for Toastmaster Praneeth. And next we have our second musketeer for the day, and with a smile on his face, let me welcome our counter for today's meeting, Toastmaster Brijesh.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sankhya. So good morning, everyone. Myself, Brijesh Dhyani. So today I am playing the role of a counter. The purpose of the counter is note words and sounds that are used as a crutch or pause filler by anyone who speaks during the meeting. I will listen for overused words, including and, well, but so, and you know. I will also listen for filler sounds, including and . I will also note when a speaker repeats a word or a phrase, such as I, or this means. At the end of the meeting, I will report the number of times that each speaker used these expressions. That's all from my side. Back to you, Toastmaster Sankhya.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Brijesh. A round of applause for our counter of today's meeting. And not last but not the least, we have our grammarian, which is the third musketeer. And let's welcome with a round of applause Toastmaster Saptangshu.
Yeah, thank you, Toastmaster Sankhya. So good morning, fellow Toastmasters and guests. As a grammarian, it is my responsibility to pay close attention to all speakers, listening carefully to their language usage. I'll take note of any improper language as well as any outstanding words, quotes, sayings, or thoughts. As a grammarian, it is also my duty to introduce the word of the day, which is conducive. Conducive means tending to a cause or produce something. So an example would be regular exercise is conducive to happiness and a feeling of well-being. Each speaker is encouraged to use the word of the day. I'll give the grammarian's report when called upon during the end of the meeting and also report on the usage of the word of the day. Thank you, Toastmaster Sankhya. Back to you. I think you are on mute.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Saptangshu, and give a round of applause for our grammarian for today's meeting. Okay, now we will come back towards the end of the meeting with my tag team members. And now let me hand it back to our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Sonal.
Yes, thank you, Toastmaster Sankhya. Now we saw that happiness is an acquired, it can be acquired. Now, happiness boils down to a choice. You could be happy or you could choose not to be happy. You could put in any circumstance and you could still be cheerful in the middle of a storm, or you could choose to be otherwise. Again, like I mentioned, it boils down to a choice. It's a choice that you have to make for yourself. Nobody can make that choice for you. So as the meeting progresses, we'll talk about the ways we can keep ourselves happy because it's important to be happy. Now, like I mentioned, a typical Toastmasters meeting has 3 segments, and the first one would be the prepared speech section. And today we have one speaker. And before I introduce the speaker, I would like to introduce the speaker's evaluator, a very tenured Toastmaster himself, who's donned many roles as a leader and was also a very eloquent speaker. Ladies and gentlemen, can we welcome Toastmaster Vishal with a huge round of applause to read out the evaluation guidelines of the speaker's speech.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sonal. I hope I'm audible. Yeah. So today's my target speaker is a new member of our Toastmasters Club. His name is Toastmaster Aditya. And Toastmaster Aditya, ladies and gentlemen, is our newest member. He's an automobile engineering graduate from SRM University. He aspires to serve in Indian Army, a native of Bangalore, and his passion extends beyond academia, embracing cricket, literature, and music. With this, I would like to welcome Aditya. The purpose of his speech is to introduce himself to our club and our members. It's an icebreaker speech. Hence, as soon as Toastmaster Aditya finishes his speech, I would request everyone to stand up and give a standing ovation to Toastmaster Aditya. Now let's give a round of applause and welcome Toastmaster Aditya on stage. Toastmaster Aditya, could you please check your audio and video once?
Yes, I'm audible.
Yep, you are audible.
And the video is clear?
Yes. And are you able to see the timer card? Timer, if you can show the card once.
Yes. Green.
Okay. Toastmaster Aditya, you are able to see the cards, right?
Yes.
Perfect. So, Toastmaster Aditya, stage is yours.
Toastmaster Vishal, you have to hand it over to our Toastmaster of the day.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Yeah, but he's already done the introduction and also spelled out the project guidelines. So, ladies and gentlemen, our only speaker for today, Toastmaster Aditya, the stage is yours.
Yes. Can I start now? Okay. Good morning, everyone. I'm Aditya Shrikant. As how many of you know who you are actually?
Not really.
Okay. Not really. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I want to tell. Like everybody knows that I'm Aditya. I'm from Bangalore, and I'm keen to join army. And I'm an automobile engineering in SRM University, and also I'm passionate to play cricket, football, as well as doing yoga. But now I'm going to talk about my inner personality, and which which describes myself as an extra bright, which means like Aditya's itself means in Sanskrit word, which means extra bright. So now I'm going to describe about myself of inner personality. So like first I want to tell that my hobbies is like to play cricket, football, and also I like to run, cycling, and started reading books frequently. I like almost most of the books are war books and bravery books, and also the freedom fighters. So I like, even my one of my favorite subject is mathematics, and now it's reducing, now it's going more into history. And plus I wanted to join automobile because of it is the next hub of in India, where they are creating more electric vehicles and hybrid vehicles. So that I want to present myself. And my keen to join Indian Army is because I like to serve my country and put my heart and soul to the nation. And what have country given to me, I have to give to the country back. So that is my perception, that where my nature is to give a charity and also to everybody. So that's what my aim to join Indian Army. And in that Indian Army, where you can see a lot of uh, they're very great veer soldiers, but we have weapons should be more and more. So I want to create more weapons as in a technical side. So that's why this is one of the reason that I can want to join army. This is the second, but now I want to tell about about my good qualities and what to improve. Like everybody in the world has a shade life. Like some people are not, no one is extremely dark or no one is extremely light. So everyone has their shade in their personality. So I want to say about my good qualities. That is one of my qualities. Like I treat everyone equally, whoever it is, maybe in the high post or maybe in the very normal or whatever it is. I always treat everyone equally, because everyone has their own quality and I like to learn from them. That is one thing I like about it myself. And the second point is that I am a very good leader. I keep everyone as a leadership. I help everyone, as well as I little show dominant and help everyone. So, and also I have been in many events. I became a leader. Like example, I was leader in one of the football team club. I was a leader in a cricket gully club also, which was held in Bangalore tournament. And also, as well as I also been a leader in a camp racing, which is a car race. Then also I have been a leader in like of NSS also, which is NGO. So a lot of leadership quality I have been shown. So I like to be a leader. And third point, what about myself is that I give charity to people, even when I require to do during my Diwali and my Pongal, which is an harvesting festival in Tamil Nadu, where I go there and I give to orphanage people. I give education to them. That is my good role that I give. I give food, education, everything. Then the next point about my needs to be improvement is my communication skills, which most of people know. And that's why I went to Toastmaster, where where I've learned to improve my communication skills. Because of my improvement of communication skills, now even though I have little lack of it, but I'm quite bold enough to present myself. And And for improving my communication skills, I'm just trying to read books, which is one of my favorite book is India's Most Fearless, which is written by Shiv Aurora, and The Brave, which is told by every Paramveer Chakra winners, the stories of the great bravery soldiers. Then also I'm reading about the Bose and versus Gandhi, which is written by Major General G.D. Bakshi. And also I am reading about many characters, how to build characters and personality development from Swami Vivekananda. And this all books I'm reading it. And a lot of books like, written by Bhagat Singh, which is about why I'm an atheist. That is a book he written in the when he was in the jail. So these books I'm reading little bit, one page of most of the time, because I cannot read continuously. So I'm reading different times when I'm free. Then after that, next to my one of the poor qualities that that need to be improvement is I'm a little fear. But now after joining Toastmaster, after going outside, meeting friends, which reduced my fearness, and now I'm completely bold. About 80% I'm completely bold enough. Plus about like I'm quite serious, and now this is something where I like to get my joyness. Like for example, I can say like my good qualities. What I want to say is I take good things from everybody. For example, I can give like when I was in a house of someone's house, I was like 6 years old boy, where the thief was coming inside the house. And I thought, like, why he's coming inside the house? I never knew that time who's a thief, who's not a thief. He asked, give me the money. And I asked, if you want the money, why are you sitting? Why are you coming to my house? You could just go to the bank. And the thief was quite laughing, like, why is he saying that? Then I realized that he wants the food, or he wants something to survive. So that I told, like, okay, I just learned from him that he's so bold enough to go to someone's house and get a food or anything else. So that's what I've learned from them, that whatever you do, you get into the 100% effort and boldness into your work in a good way. Like for example, like you want to become an officer, like if I can change to become bold, from the fear to bold, anyone can convert to a good communicator. So from a bad communicator to a good communicator and to the best communicator, anyone can change it. And I have that capable of changing and giving the extra bright to everybody. So I'm going to end with a speech, coding myself. This is my own code that, like, I don't know, maybe this code may be somewhere else, but yeah, this is my own code. A code which is about myself is, whoever you are, however you are, and whatever God has gifted to you, be happy what you have, and enjoy your life, and excel yourself in what you are good at. Thank you very much.
Let's give a round standing ovation to Toastmaster Aditya.
Thank you, Toastmaster Aditya, for spelling out the details of your life so beautifully. Now, since our evaluator has some personal commitments, he wants to give the evaluation right away. Toastmaster Vishal, the stage is all yours.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sonal and General Evaluator Toastmaster Sankhya, for agreeing to my request. Toastmaster Aditya, what a great speech it was. It was an icebreaker, but you never looked a bit feeble. You were always courageous, bold, and an excellent orator since the starting of the entire speech. So kudos to you, Toastmaster Aditya, for taking up this stride in the next step in your career. Coming to your speech, right, as I've already mentioned, there was a great clarity of your thought since the starting towards the end of the speech. And that was something amazing, and you should build on that confidence as you move forward in your Toastmasters journey. Your thoughts were clear, and you have narrated each aspects of your life very beautifully. Now, coming to some of the recommendations, Toastmaster Aditya, I think you have captured lots of details in your entire speech, but it was all a bit scattered. So I would definitely recommend you that you can, spend some time to structure your story. I think the content was there. Structure could have been much more, could have been better. For instance, I really loved the story of the thief, which you have mentioned, and probably that could have been the opening story. You could have started your speech with that story itself, that how you have encountered a thief and showed your courageous and empathetic nature, and that's how you could have built up the story. So storyboard, you have the story, but it's somewhere in the middle. It could have been in the top itself, and it would have been amazing. Secondly, I would say the hand gesture was missing. For example, when you were saying Indian Army and hurt or something like that, so it was not the hands were not visible, though we can understand, but you were trying to showcase, so it could have been improved, the hand gestures. And I think it's not a big deal. Through and through, you will be able to learn as you proceed forward. So that's the two recommendation to you, Toastmaster Aditya. Overall, I like the various aspects. One more thing, you could have you could try to challenge yourself, right? How can we remove the I aspect from the speech? I know it's an icebreaker and it's about you, but still, it should not sound like you are boasting yourself. You could kind of challenge yourself to narrate your own story such a way that it looks that you are ground to earth. At the same time, you have discovered these leadership skills by volunteering at various activities, NGOs, etc. And that's how you have become a leader, or you have developed your leadership traits, rather than saying that I am a leader because I do these things. So that's a small something to challenge yourself with the narration, with the script. But overall, I like the confidence and the bold attributes, the oratorship, the way you have presented. So kudos to you. No nervousness. A great round of applause for Toastmaster Aditya. Over to you, TMOD, Toastmaster Sonal.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vichal. Now, since we've done with the prepared speech, we just had one speaker for today, and we will now jump into our second segment, which is the table topic session. Now, to conduct the table topic session, we have again another senior member of our club, again a go-to person, somebody who I've never seen say no to anybody. The warmest person I know, a go-getter and the most resourceful person the club could ask for. Ladies and gentlemen, with a huge round of applause, please help me welcome on stage our table topic master for today, Toastmaster Lalita.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sonal, for such a wonderful introduction. So good afternoon, everyone. So my name is Toastmaster Lalita, and I'll be the table topic master in today's meeting. So, but before starting the meeting, let me tell you what table topic session really means. So table topic session is a kind of an impromptu session where the table topic master will be giving you a topic, and you get 5 to 10 seconds of time to think, and you have to speak for a minimum of 1 minute and for a maximum of 2 minutes. A timer will share a screen. The moment you cross 1 minute is going to change the background to green. And when it turns to 1 minute 30 seconds, it's going to change to yellow. And when it goes to 2 minutes, it will change to red. And you will have another 30 seconds to wrap up the speech. So let's start the session. Who would like to volunteer first? So before that, I would like everyone to come on the camera. Thank you. So who would like to volunteer first? Pranit, would you like to try first?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So if you could have any superpower, what would it be? If you have any superpower, what would it be?
I don't know how many of you guys watch superhero movies, but I'm a really big fan of Iron Man. Ever since I watched the first Iron Man film, I've been very fond of the technology they showcase, and I think for people who are familiar, Iron Man has Akash Tony Stark has this ability to create great tech things like from his mind. Like so, like if you've been following these movies parallelly, like you'll see that if he faces an issue in any one of the movies, he'll just enhance the tech and like create a product to fight that cause in the following movies. So yeah, when it comes to superpowers, I believe that's a really great superpower. Having superpower as like Tony Stark's creating great tech products to enhance the day. That's it.
Thank you, Pranit, for sharing your thoughts on this. Next, who would like to volunteer? Sankhya, would you like to volunteer? So what is the best way to describe an awkward silence? What is the best way to describe an awkward silence?
Now, one of the most fearful thing is people have heard about its public speaking, that everybody is very fear about it when they come on the stage. But what if I tell you today that there is the second most fearful thing, and that's called the awkward silence. Ladies and gentlemen, married men especially, if you are married and you have an argument with your wife, or maybe with your girlfriend as well, in case you're not married, and then suddenly you see, or you didn't see at all, awkward silence from them, guess what's happening? Well, you can expect a lot of things. Hurricane is one of the things which you can always expect. Something awkward hurricane is going to come up. And you never know that what's the reason. You might scratch your head and think that what's happening in my life? And suddenly you say that this is your fault. And you might say that, okay, I might agree with that. But that's one of the awkward silence which you might encounter. But what happens? There is an awkward silence from your boss in your company. What happens to that? Suddenly he stopped interacting with you. He stopped sending you meeting invite. Is that something to worry about? Answer is yes, it might be. Now, in both the cases, how do you come up with the awkward silence? The word starts with C, and that's the communication. Set up the right communication, speak up, and right to know that what's going on at the back of the mind. Because unless and until we speak up, we know the real reason behind it. Awkward silence may lead to further, it can worsen actually. So, ladies and gentlemen, communication is the key, and that's the key to break up the awkward silence. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Sankhya. I totally agree. Communication is the greatest step in breaking the awkward silence. So next, Purva, would you like to volunteer?
Yeah, sure.
So what would you do if you won the lottery? What would you do if you won the lottery?
Okay, will you be telling me the amount as well? Just kidding. Okay, I'll give it to my parents. I'll not do anything else. I'll just go and give it to my parents. That's it.
You can
Or
speak
maybe I can book a trip for them, maybe a foreign trip or something. But I'll definitely going to use that money for my parents. Plus, if I am going to win, like whatever amount I'm going to win, right? So 70-80% I'll be giving to my parents, or 20-30% I'll maybe give to an orphanage or something like that. Maybe I'll just donate it somewhere. So yeah, that's what I'll do. Yeah, that's it from my side.
Okay. Thank you, Purva.
Yeah.
Thank you, Purva. It would be really nice, like, to hear from you that you would be sharing 20% to the orphanage. So next, Sucheta, would you like to give a try?
Yes, but I will not be able to come on camera.
That's
Is that
fine.
okay?
That's fine. That's fine. So describe your dream vacation. Describe your dream vacation.
So my dream vacation would be something probably starting on a night drive, something which have not been able to do for a really long time, which is why it becomes my dream. Start a road trip and go to a place where which is not the sky is not lit by the city lights, so I can clearly see the sky, the stars, probably do a camping over there, and hopefully it will be kind of safe. So that is kind of dream vacation, and of course no calls from my husband or my office, and just have the peaceful time with my girl gang all for myself. So that is just, yeah, it's a dream, and hopefully it turns into reality very soon. Thank you.
Thank you, Sujata. I really hope this turns into a reality very true, your dream vacation. And next, Obelesu's sake, like, would you like to give a try? I'm sorry if I spelled your name wrong.
Fine. Yeah. Yes, sure, Lalita.
So if you were to write a book, what would be its title and why? If you were to write a book, what would be its title and why?
Yeah. Yeah, if I want to write a book, it definitely, it's about me only. It's about all my experience. I can I can tell that title is like what I am. Okay, yeah, that describes about since from my childhood to all my experience, what I did, and yeah, it's there I want to showcase the things what what brings people for happiness, and yeah, what tool do you want to do if you you want to be happy. Apart from that, just yeah, more I can give more on the experience. Why? Because experience is experience, whether it is good or bad. Just I want to bring more. So from the experience, what you learn the most is the important. So yeah, maybe you learn good thing or bad thing. Yeah, so from that experience, how you moved your life from there onwards. So that's I want to bring also. Yeah, suppose if I did good thing, definitely I want to mention how what are the things is worked out for me to make things good. Definitely other persons also can take benefit of that one. Yeah, yeah, definitely. The book name will be What I Am. Thank you.
Thank you. I really wish you write that book, and all of us will read the copy of your book. And next, Brijesh, would you like to volunteer?
Sure, Lalita.
Do you think Instagram, Facebook, TikTok is good for society? Do you think Instagram, Facebook, TikTok is good for society?
Okay, so my perspective is Instagram, Facebook, and what was the other thing? TikTok. So for someone had made their career with these type of social media, like Facebook or TikTok or Instagram. So for them it is good, but for smaller kids or who are studying in schools or learning some means smaller, so for them it is not good while they are distracting from studies, and might they also think like that also, that we can also do same thing, but they in TikTok many are like elder to them, so they can do, but smaller kids, it's I don't think that for them it is good. So might for them it is like not useful, But for those who have made their career, they are growing like TikTokers nowadays, and it's good for them. So that's also my perspective. So thank you, Lalita.
Thank you, Brijesh, for saying the benefits and the withdrawals of social media and online.
Okay.
And then next, Saptaganshu.
Saptangshu, yeah.
Saptanshu, sorry.
Yeah, no
Would you
issue.
like to volunteer?
Yeah, why not? Let's give it a try.
So what gets you most excited about life?
Okay.
What
Let
gets
me
you
think.
most excited about life?
Okay. So basically, I have to provide a context if I have to describe this, if I have to answer this question. So the thing is, I am a very big dreamer. So I like to dream big things that I'd like to achieve at one day. So you might say that I am a daydreamer kind of a person. So I like to keep dreaming. I like to keep dreaming of stuffs which might not seem possible right of now, given the circumstances I am in. But I obviously keep on pushing myself towards achieving those things. So uh, so that's like so I set milestones for myself. So in order to reach to the place which I envision myself to be at one point of time, I put milestones for myself that this is the place I have to reach by this age, by this time, this is the place I have to reach. So once this like one of these milestones gets fulfilled, so that's when it gets me most excited. And sometimes like I perform better than what I expect myself to be like to do. And in that sort of circumstances, obviously it is much better if you are going above your expectations. So that's why I'd say like if my life is going according to what I have planned, or it is going better than what I have planned, then I think it gets me more excited. It gets me excited. So I'll end my discussion with that.
Thank you for sharing your thoughts. It's good to know, like, you set milestones and you try to achieve that milestones. Next, Tanmay, would you like to volunteer?
Yes.
How do you think artificial intelligence will affect our lives in the next 10 years? How do you think artificial intelligence will affect our lives in the next 10 years?
Well, Lalita, I guess like as an HR, you are giving the topics by profession. Because being a data analyst and working closely on the ML side of things, AI is the next thing which worries me. Not in terms of that AI will take over the world and there will be Terminator-like situation, but the reason being that AI have transformed the industry by a lot. I will give you a short example. So previously what used to happen that while we were coding, while we were doing a lot of things, we were doing a lot of brainstorming to arrive at what could be logical solution to an existing problem. The problem could be as simple as that I want to send an email to, let's say, all of you, to all the speakers and members, but I don't know how to do that. I will do a lot of research. I will find some codes on Stack Overflow, bring them together, and then maybe make a cocktail which will work somehow. But now what I do is I just go on Chat GPT and I type over there, write a Python code for me to send an email to a recipient list. Now it might give us some email. Now I'm like, I want to do one more thing. I want to add an attachment. I don't need to do any research. I can just add. I want to add attachment to it, update the code, and it's done. While that is a small minor example of the good parts of AI, there is also a very big risk associated with the AI. And talking from an SME point of view on machine learning and artificial intelligence, the risk is huge. Right now, what you're seeing, we know what we see is true in most of the cases. If I see that Tanmay is giving a speech on the dangers of AI, that means it is Tanmay. But with the deepfake technology that got invented a few years back, and with AI and the generative models supporting it, now you can't differentiate between the real and the imaginary. You might find explicit content of a person you know, which might not even be true. You might find world leaders, maybe the president of United States, announcing that I am going to announce World War III, which might not even be true. But in this age of and this era of technology and communication, where news spread faster than the wildfires, it is a big risk that any rumor can spread faster than wildfire and can give rise to chaos around the world. And that is one of the biggest challenge of all these evolution AI. And as all the founders of AI, for example, OpenAI, the ChatGPT, let's take Twitter, Elon Musk, for example, they all are concerned about the ethical limitations of AI uses, of understanding how they can superimpose some restrictions, some sort of rules in this unrestricted world of information technology. But for a time being, you can use AI to make yourself put a cat filter on you and make fun out of you. So thank you.
Thank you, Tanmay. I really didn't know much about this artificial intelligence and all. And today, after listening to your speech, I got to know something about this. So next, would like to volunteer. Aditya?
Yes.
What would you do if the world was going to end in 24 hours? What would you do if the world was going to end in 24 hours?
Nothing I would do. Just I would enjoy and sit, sleep, whatever work it does. Because world is ending, everybody is ending, so I'll be happy. I'll not be happy. Like okay, it's just from the from the God grace. If it's end, is good. If it's not, then go continue. That's it. And that's what world will not. I know that world will not end. If they end also, I would just thank everyone. Like okay, and just enjoy with everybody, each and every person who's living nearby, and tell bye, and I'll enjoy it. No issues. That's it.
Thank you, Aditya, for sharing your thoughts on this. Next, Sonal, would you like to give a try? Sonal? Okay.
Yes. Sorry, I was not able to unmute.
So what is the best piece of advice you have ever given?
The best piece of advice that I've given. Okay, so yesterday I had gone out for dinner with a close friend of mine. So he was telling me, you have a lot of energy. You have a lot of energy. However, you waste your time over trivial matters. You pick up fights when it's not important. You get angry for the silly reasons. Why don't you have a big vision for yourself and channelize all your energy? Because I am somebody who's very hyperactive. So why don't you channelize your energy and make something big out of your life rather than picking up, wasting your energy on small things that don't even matter 5 years from now. So why don't you do that? And I think that's the best piece of advice, because ever since I wasn't keeping too well yesterday. So ever since I came back home, I've been pondering over that. I've been mulling over that. And I was like, yes, you know what? I have been leading my life in the most unproductive fashion. I have been sweating over the silliest and the most trivial things that don't even require people's attention. So I think it is what I derived from that conversation was it's important to tie yourself up to a very large dream and channelize all your positivity, your energy in that direction, and ignore. There will be naysayers, there will be people who try to pull you down, but it's all right. Just ignore them, and over a period of time, it becomes second nature. It becomes a habit where you don't give your attention to that. So all that you're thinking about is your vision and to how to achieve it. So this is, I think, the best piece of advice somebody's ever given me. And to not think about the past and, oh, why did this happen to me? That's the other advice he gave me. So these are the two things that I will consider very, very golden advice. Back to you, Table Topic Master.
Thank you, Sonal. I totally agree. It is important to neglect the negative aspects and only concentrate or focus on the positive aspects in our life. So with this, I think I've covered everyone. So I'll be handing over the stage once again to Toastmaster Sonal.
Thank you, Toastmaster Lalita, for conducting the table topic session so smoothly. They were thought-provoking, and all of us could talk on them. Now, we spoke about happiness. Now, happiness, like I mentioned, and like I think we all understand, is a choice. Now, why should we be happy? It's a choice, but why should we make that choice? Why should we be happy?
For our own peace.
For peace of mind. Sanmay keeps going to peace of mind.
Yeah. I'm a very peaceful person nowadays. If my Maria calls me on weekend, I'm on a trip.
Yeah,
It
you
saves
can-
mental peace.
Okay, because he wants to be peaceful, he wants to be in that state. Any other answers?
I think, Sonal, like everything matters about the satisfaction, self-satisfaction. So whatever is your goal, like for example, Tanmai's goal is to roam around, and go to new places. So that's the objective or the goal which he will have. Somebody, can also have a different kind of a goal. For example, your goal can be to go around in various Toastmaster club and to conduct session, right? So everybody, each one of us has various goals, and once we achieve those small goals, that gives us a sense of satisfaction, which makes us happy.
Okay. So peace of mind. For peace of mind, you want to be happy because you want peace of mind. For satisfaction, pretty much what Saptanshu mentioned earlier in the meeting today. Any other answers? Why should we be happy?
Purva this side. I would say like if I am happy, then I can keep my friends or like everyone around me. I can try to make them happy as well. Because if I smile, at least people if who's not even happy, they can at least give me a smile, right? So that is what. And even if I'm happy, I can bring productivity to my work because my state of mind is good. So that also I can do. If I'm happy, like I'll be doing whatever I want to do, and I'll be doing it happily. So yeah, that's what I can say. Yeah.
Thank you, Purva. Pretty much everything that I wanted to say, she captured every idea in a nutshell. It makes you more productive. When you're happy, your surrounding is happy, your family is happy, the world, family is a unit of the world, and the entire world will be happy. We are more productive when we are happy. Nobody wants to see a grumpy boss, or nobody wants to work with grumpy people. So you need to be happy to be your most productive self. So these are the reasons why we need to be happy. Now, how do we go about achieving happiness? That we will see after the general evaluation. Now, we had the prepared speech session, we had the table topic session, and now coming to the backbone of the typical Toastmasters meeting, that is the general evaluation. And to conduct that, we once again call on stage Toastmaster Sankhya.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sonal. Now, as a general evaluator of today's meeting, I will be dividing this meeting into three pieces of happiness, I would say. And so how it will start is that we will first do an evaluation of today's meeting. So evaluation of the speech. This will be followed by the tag team report, and finally I'll give an overview of the entire meeting. Now, since already our evaluator has evaluated for today's meeting, just to add on Toastmaster Vishal's evaluation, I just wanted to add it that I completely agree with the evaluation which Toastmaster Vishal has given. There is not much to add, except that I just want to add one more thing for our speaker Aditya, that in Toastmaster, speaking is very important, but articulating what you want to say, that's very important. For that's one of the reason that in Toastmaster you will see that timing card plays a huge role in the speech, or even if you go to contest, people, even it happened with me that I got disqualified from the contest just for 3 seconds extra, right? Or even if you speak less than the required one, when the green card should be signaled. So you have to speak between the green card and the red card. Yeah, Tanmay has wrote that he has disqualified for 1 second over time. So it happened everyone. So it always keeps on hook that you have to speak and you have to articulate your thoughts or your rate of speech, what you want. You don't have to speak for the entire thing whenever you're giving an icebreaker. You can just capture a few essence of your life, like the thief one, which Vishal has correctly pointed out. So you can point it out in like one or two things, and you can explain a story around it. But since it's your icebreaker as well, you did a fabulous job because I see you spoke so confidently. Hats up to that, that's much Aditya, and I wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Now, thank you. Now, I'll go to our tag team report. So for that, may I request our timer for the day, Toastmaster Praneeth, to please present your report.
Yeah. Starting with the prepared speech, Aditya took 8 minutes 50 seconds, and for the evaluation, Vishal took 2 minutes 58 seconds. When it comes to table topics, Sankhya took 2 minutes 16 seconds, Purva 27 seconds, Sucheta took 1 minute, Kobulesu took 1 minute 36 seconds, Brijesh took 1 minute 17 seconds, Saptanshu took 1 minute 24 seconds, Tanmay took 3 minutes 8 seconds, Aditya took 43 seconds, and Sonal took 1 minute and 40 seconds. That's the timer.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Praneeth. Let's give a round of applause for our timer of the day. And now we'll move on to our R counter for today's meeting. Toastmaster Brijesh, the stage is all yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sankhya. So I have a report. So I've noted some names. So first name is Toastmaster Vishal, who used are 2 times, and other words are is and. Both these words are used 2 times. Second, Toastmaster Aditya used so words so two to 3 times, and other words are which in many 2 times. And third Toastmaster is Parneet, used 2 to 3 times, and other words category is to, used 2 times. And fourth Toastmaster is Sucheta, used 4 times, not other words are there. And for Abulesh Seku, Sek, used 3 times. And next speaker is Toastmaster Saptangshu, used so 2 times. That's it from my side.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Brijesh. Thank you so much. Let's give a round of applause for our counter report, for a detailed R counter report. And next, we will move on to the grammarian of the day, Toastmaster Saptangshu.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sankhya. So basically, I would like to mention all the good phrases and words mentioned by each of the Toastmasters, and then I will mention all the not so good usage of words. So will that do? And
Absolutely.
maybe some of my iterations on how those phrases could be put in a better manner. Yep. Okay. So for Toastmaster Aditya, so some of his good usage of words were passionate, put my heart and soul, bold enough to present myself. For Toastmaster Vishal, excellent orator. You should build on that confidence. For Toastmaster Sankhya, guess what's happening? So I liked it in the context which it was used. For Toastmaster Tanmay, big risk associated with AI, news spread faster than wildfire, ethical limitations of AI usage in this unrestricted world of tech. And for Toastmaster Sonal, channelize your energy, pondering over that thought becomes second nature. This, I thought, according to me, were good uses, pretty good uses of phrases in the context of what they were speaking. And now I'll come to not so good usage of words. So there is a phrase used as an extra bright, so which can be used as radiant. Bravery books can be used as books about courage. Favorite subject is reducing. You can say likeness towards favorite subject reduced. My keen to join can be my keenness to join. To give charity can be said as to take part in charity. Has a shade of light can be said as everybody belongs in a spectrum of shades. I have been shown. No need to use been, just can say I have shown. I give education. Instead of saying that, you can say I imparted education. Reduced my fearness. You can say I fought with my fear. From fear to bold, you can say from being scared to being bold. Through and through you will learn. You can say through repeated iterations you will learn. Great tech things, you can just say great tech. One of the awkward silence, you can say one of such instances of awkward silence. Growing their career, you can just say growing in their career. We were doing a lot of brainstorming. You can use extensive brainstorming. I hope I did my job in a at least decent manner.
Fantastic. Let's give a round of applause for our grammarian of the day. And Saptangshu, hats off to you because for everyone, Saptangshu has joined Speakers Den as a member. Even he didn't join us as a guest earlier. He directly joined us as a guest, as a member. And when he started taking up the meeting roles, just before the start of the meeting, I request Saptangshu, would you like to go ahead with the grammarian? He said yes. And this is the first time he is doing the grammarian role. He did a fantastic job. That's the spirit of the Toastmaster, I would say. And absolute excellent report from all the tag team members, the timer, our counter, and the grammarian. Excellent job. Just a small, word of advice I would say for every one of us, that whenever we are giving the report, it will be fantastic that if you can share your screen, or if it's in an Excel file, that will be great. Or if you can put it in the PPT, that will be a cherry on the top as well. But kudos for the very, very detailed report for everybody. Great job. Now, let me move on to our the third aspect of today's meeting. So our meeting started around 11:13. There was around a few minutes late because of the waiting time for a few of the role takers. The ideal thing is that for all the role takers, including members and guests, join at least 10 minutes before the meeting timing. That gives an opportunity for everyone to do on networking, which we did actually for everyone who joined a bit early, and also to do an audio video check as well, because that's very, very important when we start the meeting. And the meeting was started by our Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Lalita. Lalita, you did a fantastic job in explaining the rules of the meeting, and you were also very much active in starting the meeting, that we should start the meeting at the earliest. Hats up to that. Let's give a round of applause for Toastmaster Lalita as the Sergeant at Arms for today's meeting. And then you hand it over to the presiding officer, Toastmaster Tanmay. Toastmaster Tanmay, you are like a fab, I would say. From the time you took up the stage, you always give a vibrant glow to the meeting. The way you interact with the audience, with everybody, lot of engagement, and along with what I really like about your pinch of humor, because that always hooks the audience, everyone. Then fantastically you took the guest introduction as well. You spoke about the history of the Toastmaster. Fantastically job done. Let's give a round of applause for our presiding officer of the day. Then the baton was passed on to our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Sonal. Toastmaster Sonal, you did what a wonderful way to start the the meeting with the theme, because I know you are a very, very professional speaker, and the way what I really liked is when you opened up the meeting, there was an aura, I would say, from your body language, from the way you present yourself, from the way you spoke, and also from the way you dressed up as well. Everything is very much accustomed with the meeting theme. And then you spoke about the happiness. You also engaged with the audience really well. You started asking questions, and the questions are not that something cannot answer. Everybody was willing to answer those questions. So that's true TMOD would be doing. And you also explained the 3 segments of the meeting as well. And you explain each and all the 3 segments very minutely, so that the guest who has joined us for the first time, they will be knowing about it. Fantastically done. And for the evaluator, there is just only one, one form of advice. Also, Toastmaster Vishal is not there. That the audio video check on the if the timer is able to see it or not, or our calling on the calling the speaker. That's the job of the TMOD, not the it should not be fall in the evaluator. So that's one of the small thing which can be improved on. And also, Toastmaster of the day, you would have started up the meeting, or when you call the speaker, the speech title was missing. So that is just one area of improvement which you can work on. And now the baton was, let's give a round of applause for our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Sonal, for doing such a fabulous job and bring a lot of happiness in the entire meeting as well. And then the baton was passed on our Toastmaster, table topic master Toastmaster Lalita, who wore a second hat as a TTM. So Lalita, what I really always like about you taking up on this role is you always set up the base that what is that TT all about. It's the impromptu speech and what one should be speaking on. So that's the way you set up the base that you really want. And the topics which you gave were really engaging anyway. People were nobody felt hesitant about speaking on the topic which you spoke about or which you gave. So that's the crux of the TTM. Two things which I would like to highlight over here, which can be worked on. One is you have to be a bit more energetic. Always give a very like grand smile, but a bit more energy would always be an extra topic. Because I know you are a very charming personality. But what happens when you are in the TMOD role or in the TTM role? If you are, you can show enthusiasm, that will drive all the member. It coming up from the shell or coming up from the whatever they're doing, right? So that is something which you need to work on. And secondly, I see there are two members who who spoke less than 1 minute. So, and especially when they're guests, so you need to reiterate that you have to speak for 1 minute, that until the green card is there. So that is something which you can work on that one as well. So you have to understand that what's the how the meeting is flowing. If there are any problem which the guest is facing, because lack of communication or guest may have omit out that they have to speak for 1 minute. So those things you have to quickly identify and you have to drive the meeting on that one. But apart from that, I really like the way, as always, let's give a round of applause for our table topic master of the day, Toastmaster Lalita. And with that, I can see a lot of happiness is all about going on. And before I hand over the stage back to our Toastmaster of the day, can I request everyone to switch on the video because we are almost towards the end of the meeting. Great, fantastic. I can see everyone switch on the video. And with that, let me hand it over back to our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Sonal.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sankhya, for your general evaluation and offering your inputs. Now, coming back to the theme of the day. The theme of the day is happiness. We saw what happiness was. It's a state of being. We saw why we should be happy, the importance of being happy. Now, finally, what are the ways to achieve happiness? We know it's important to be happy. We know we want to be happy, but what are the ways in which we are going to attain happiness? What are some of the ways, in your opinion? There are no right or wrong. Feel free to share your opinions. For me, it's eating ice cream. What is it for you, Brijesh?
Playing sports.
Playing sports.
Just dancing. Randomly.
Randomly, I know.
Playing cricket.
Playing cricket. So playing your favorite sport, doing things that you love.
Yes.
Yes. Most people are afraid of public speaking. If you put me on a stage, I will not get out. That's what I enjoy doing. That's what brings me happiness. So happiness is a very subjective term. What happiness, like I mentioned earlier, what brings you happiness may not bring me happiness. So find out the ways. It could be playing with a pet. It could be eating your favorite food. It could be dancing. It could be yoga. When you exercise, you release endorphins, which are happy hormones, and you feel so much better about yourself. You're in a state of happiness. And that's contagious. Happiness is contagious. People around you feel happy. It's a pleasant feeling. What are some of the other ways? Some people like meditation, yoga. I cannot sit in one place. I mentioned I'm hyperactive. So that doesn't give me happiness. For some people, it could be swimming, playing your favorite sport, watching movies. For some people, it's sleeping. So different ways of achieving happiness. Figure out what your way or your route to happiness is. And on that happy note, I would like to wish each one of you a very happy Sunday. And with that, I hand it back over to the presiding officer of today, Toastmaster Tan.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Sonal. A big round of applause for all the role takers in today's meeting. Now we are moving towards the end of today's session, and there are two very important things that are still remaining. There is an announcement that we are going to make today. It's not about my marriage. For the people of speakers and who are always asking when are you getting married, it's not yet. But there's another announcement which is very important. And other than that, there is a very important session which is the feedback from the guest. So may I please request Purva, who's already on camera, to unmute herself and share her experience of today's meeting.
Yeah, so firstly, I would like to thank everyone, for organizing this such wonderful sessions. So yeah, I really loved it, and I was not doing anything today. I was just getting bored, so I thought, why not I join this session and see like how I can get benefited out of it. So yeah, so it's always good, when you meet new people, have good conversation, and understand or get something out of it, right? So today, like I understood. Right now, Sonal said, right, just think, like she has given us a food to thought, like what is exactly going to make us happy. So I'm going to think about it, like what all things are there in my life which makes me happy, right? So that is what. And we, like I actually got benefited out of it. So yeah, looking forward to attend more sessions with you all. Yeah, thank you, Lalita ji. I actually love the way she speaks. She always has a smile on her face, and she's very polite, very calm. So I really love that about her, and yeah, everyone, like whoever is doing this wonderful job. So yeah, thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you, Purva. And you rightly identified the person, the happiness in Speaker's Den, and she is none other than our Toastmaster Lalita. And we would definitely have to in our physical meeting as well.
Yeah.
Yes. So I will make me further announcement about that. But before that,
Sure.
let me ask Oblesu, can you share your thoughts on today's meeting?
Yeah, yes, Tanmay. Yeah. Definitely, I can say that Toastmaster Club is the one of the way to overcome your public speaking fears and improve your leadership qualities. Yeah, maybe I'm also having the same thing. We could become a member and learn the people, and practice makes man perfect. If continuously we can do, definitely we can be a good speaker as well as a leader. Yeah, thank you all for your support.
Thank you, Oblesu, sorry. And thanks for sharing your thoughts. Next, I would like to call upon Sucheta and would request you turn on a camera if possible. Hey, you are on camera.
Okay, so Tanmay, I keep joining the Toastmasters meeting because you get a dose of happiness. Like from different clubs, you get different dose of happiness, and also different speakers have their own unique style. So I like the composure of Lalita, the way she expressed herself, and Toastmaster Sonal, how she presented her, how she presented herself as a TMOD, as to why using the patterns, why and how to do it. So that is one of my main takeaways from today's meeting, and I'll join again whenever this meeting.
Definitely, Sucheta. Thank you very much. Well, all of this question gave me an idea, and as a VP education, I have the right, the power, the authority to execute it as well. In today's meeting, just like the employee of the month, I'm going to announce a Toastmaster of the meeting, and you all can know who she is. She's none other than Toastmaster Lalita. A big round of applause. Who has put the happiness on all of her faces with her composure, her speaking style, and the way she gave all of these table topics to all of us. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Lalita. And yes, now coming towards the second announcement, and so it is like we have a hybrid meeting happening on the next Sunday. While it's a hybrid meeting, that means that you have the option to join online. I would request everyone to please make sure that you get the time to attend it offline, because offline there's a different fun. You will get to meet us. You will the person behind these just faces, the two-dimensional faces. You will see the three-dimensional person and know much more about us. And it is going to be an open house. Now, what is an open house? Open house means that it won't have our regular speeches or table topics. It will still have something fun, but it would also have a speaker from the world stage who is coming to our club to present a keynote speech, a keynote session on a topic. I will be sharing further details with the poster shortly. But till then, this is your announcement number 1, that we have open house in the next Sunday, 24th September in Indiranagar. We'll be sharing the location, the Google Map link, who is the speaker, what is the session about, and how it can benefit you in the poster details as well. Now, coming to announcement number 2. How many love to compete? How many of you love to compete? I know you said you love to play sports, and sports mean competition. How many of you love to compete? Raise your hand if you're on camera, or a reaction if you are on off camera. All right. Yes, so everyone loves to compete, right? And while they do say that every participant is a winner, do you agree to that? Well, it is true. Every participant is a winner because either you win a medal or you win some experience. But on that note, let me announce the Speakers and Toastmaster competition on evaluation and table topics is going to happen 1 month from now, on 15th of October. So now is your time, ladies and gentlemen, to start preparing yourself for the battlegrounds of Speakers and Toastmaster evaluation and table topic competition. We have had some education session in the past. We will be sharing those links with the members, and the note is only members can participate. There is no level restriction on these two competitions, right, Sonal? Yeah. So there are no level restriction on these two competitions. So feel free to participate. The newest member can also participate. And as we have seen in the last year, the person who actually won these contests represented the club at the area and then the district level was one of the newest members of our club. So we look forward to having all of you with us, and make sure that you prep yourself for these competitive, the battleground of Speakers and Toastmaster Club happening on 15th October. Any questions, anyone?
Tanmay, people from outside club can witness the competition, or it is a closed one?
Sucheta, only the speakers, like only the Toastmaster members can compete in these competitions. And because it's a club level contest, it has to be a member of the club.
No, what I meant, can we witness it?
Yes, definitely. Your voice was a little feeble, sorry. Yes, you can witness it. It would be open to attend for everyone. You can come alone. You can bring your friends. You can bring your family. Everyone is welcome at Speakers Day. It's a community club. And on the open house, which is happening next weekend, next Sunday, it is open for everyone, irrespective of your age group, your like if you are a member or you're a guest. If it's your first meeting as well, you are welcome. And there will be a lot of fun activities for the guests as well in the open house. So I look forward to that. I hope you all are looking forward to that as well. Yeah. So yes, that's the end of the announcement. So I know you were waiting for another announcement from my personal side, but no, it's not happening now. All right. So that's
if members have, okay, sorry to interrupt, Sanjay, but if members have any doubts, like how this contest happens, timing criteria, please, you can post your questions on the group so that at least we can answer the queries. We'll try to debunk all the myths and whatever questions you'll have.
Definitely. You can feel free to reach out on the group. Put it on the group so that others can also benefit from the same question in case they have those questions. And if required, we can also connect one-on-one. If your question cannot be answered in text, we will connect one-on-one. I will try my best to make sure your questions are answered. If I can't answer them, I will connect you with the right person. Any experienced Toastmaster, any leadership Toastmaster, anyone from the leadership who can answer your questions. So yes, that's the announcement. And that's the end of the meeting. So let me conclude today's meeting number 341 with the bang of this plan acting as a gavel. Meeting number 341 is now officially concluded.